Hello everyone, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be doing a live review of the new compilation from Interval Audio, Without God Season 7. Here we are, another Interval compilation, the latest installment in the Without God series, perhaps the most renowned one they've got going by now. Become a bit of an event by this point, wanting to see the artwork, who's on the album, what genres will be on it, all of that. For a few years now, they've been one of the most exciting collectives in underground bass music, and they will continue to be so. Now, you may be surprised to see this isn't a normal review, but I thought I'd switch things up a bit for this one. Been a short while since I've done a live review, and it felt like the right time to do one, and inject a bit of live fun into what I'm doing here. Also, another mammoth collection here, 22 songs, and it can get quite long talking about them all individually, without much live aspect to it, so yeah, thought it would be good on that front. More than that, just another way of appreciating these compilations, which, lest we forget, are pretty underground, and which also, at the same time, deserve as much attention as possible. So yeah, doing it this way I thought would be the most surefire way of making that happen. So it all added up, I suppose, but basically what I'm going to do here is listen through each one and give comments on them whilst they're going on. Maybe a brief summary as well, and a short roundup at the end of the whole video, and emphasis on it being a short roundup because it will be a long video. But yeah, here we go. First up, we have Barbarian by Poison. Oh shit. Oh! Oh shit, okay. Fuck! Yeah! Really emphatic, impactful. This is quite manic. I love those scattergun notes as well. Maybe could have had a little bit more direction with the musical kind of progression of all that screechy stuff, but so far, fucking hell, taking me off my seat a bit. These bits as well are amazing. Oh, I was gonna say, needs a bit more depth underneath, and then it just comes through. Oh, vocal samples are fucking top notch as well. Does get a little bit screechy at points, just a little bit overbearing. Yeah, quite an impactful beginning. Next up, here we have Putrefy by Punishment. You're not wrong. Oh shit. It's nice to have a specific idea to kind of latch onto as the person listening to it. A little bit empty, I think, at this point, ideas-wise. Could have had a little bit more going on. These little transmission bits are pretty cool as well. Oh! Fucking hell! Got the kind of management of timing and space really on point in, like, sections like that. Oh, shit me! Oh! Fuck! That is riveting stuff, really grips you. Oh, that one really had its moments. Fuck. The way that it just, well, the drops kind of come out of nowhere, you know, you kind of just going along with the track and then BAM! Like, I do rate that. If you do it well, if that is done well, that approach, it can be really good. Moving on, what have we got next? 409 by Nimda and H. H, of course, being how British people say the letter H. Another creepy introduction, here we go. Oh, those little kind of nestling in the background. Love that. God, where's it gonna go? Oh. Oh yeah, loving the force of that. Very confrontational, like, I do like it. I do like it. I do think that the snare could have been a bit more punchy, like a bit more snap and maybe in a higher pitch, but the idea is pretty sick. Loving the whole kind of staggered, like, bam, 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 bam. It's got me moving. The patience in the build-up here. Fuck. Just savage, gnarly, getting at you, just attacking you again and again. Again, good thing about this one is having that idea to kind of go back to and hang on to as the listener. There is just a part of me that thinks it could have been even bigger with just more rounded, full, snappier percussion. It isn't bad, but it's just like it could go up one other level, if you get me. What have we got next? Arc Light by the enigma that is Sandman. Strong percussion. Oh yeah. Oh! Oh, okay. Loving the idea, all the synths on top are great. Again, just percussion needs a bit of unleashing, a bit of freshening up. The aggression, but it's still so fresh on top. Love that combination. These drums are strong, fam. Love the bounce of it, lovely little flow. Also, because it's quite different from the ones that have come before it, just that snare again just needs a bit of... Oh, I love that. I love that delivery. So good. I like that. The flow, the bounce of it, the color. Just the percussion at points stopped it from being incredible, I think. Just needed a bit more of a... I mean, you know what I mean, surely, when you hear it. Oh, next up, a big one, Fucking With Your Head by the one, the only, Digitist. Ooh, that sub, quite cheeky. Got that Digitist flavour already, you know, very mechanical. Elements bouncing off and rebounding off one another. Oh, yeah. Quite devilish, you know, quite evil. Oh, very interesting. I like it. This is quite unique. I can't say I've heard a song like this one in a fair while, if ever. Very industrial to itself, quite low-key, just cracking on, really. Just kind of sits below, underneath, and just bubbles away. Could do with a little bit more flavour to keep it ticking along. But no, that is that's a solid tune and appreciated, I think, in terms of it being quite different from not only what we've got before here on this compilation, but dubstep generally and overall as well. Ripple with Big Bishop VIP. Pirate Trap. No other word or term, genre, thing to call it. Just a bit of pirate trap. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. All that stuff is so good. Very well cut. Very well cut. Again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record at this point already. If the percussion was just a bit more like bah, bah, it would just unleash the music, everything on top in a much bigger way. Because that stuff is so good. Fuck it hell. Oh. That is so good. The movement of it. This is a rare example of keeping it pretty much exactly the same, note for note, from drop to drop, and it working. The idea itself is so good that it can carry across a tune. Just a bigger percussive backdrop maybe could have helped it along a bit more, but, you know, stuff on top is so good. I'm excited to check that one out on my headphones and, yeah, see how that is. But another solid cut, can't lie. Teeth Grinder by Invictus. Okay. Quick intro, quick build, drop, A to B. Let's have it. Oh! Oh, shit! That's just got the flow and rhythm just on point. Percussion is pretty good as well. Time and again I've said I'm not massive on rhythm music, that it's just the same idea again and again, but when you've got the percussion to back it up, stuff layered on top, and the flow and movement on point, all working together. Yeah, it just hits you. It's got the punch, necessary punch. You like that? You can't not. Oh yeah. I love that when bass or sub bass follows the musical progression that's come before it. Yeah, just really, really works. Such a good little technique, and I think more people should do it. Maybe a bit more variation could have been had here. Just a bit more of maybe a staggered approach or something that wasn't as constant and repetitive, if you get me. Like that. Pretty much like that. Yep, another solid number. Cracks on. Does a job. D-Lion. Basic tune. I doubt it's gonna be basic in any way. This one could be... Well, there we go. Preparing myself. Ooh, yeah, go on. Really good idea. Again, just the percussion. You want that fresh, that sharpness, that higher pitch, just to unleash it a little bit more. Stuff on top is like swallowing you whole, engulfing you. Oh, yeah. Oh, a bit of a tear out kind of approach going on there. Pretty monstrous, as expected. Mercury by Clipper. Pretty nice so far. Now this one is a little bit different because I think the percussion is great, but the stuff on top is just a little bit, it's not quite moving me in the same way that others have here. The backdrop is so good though, got the right amount of punch and snap to it. Maybe a bit slow, maybe could have upped the tempo a little bit here. Really nice mood and tension to it though the whole way through, I would have to say. Yeah, still not really throwing me, I don't think. Ooh. I like that. Fundamentally, that one just felt like it dragged a little bit. I think it would be quite good to hear that idea in a quicker tempo and just see how everything on top keeps up with the beat, if you will. Coco Milk by Subloaded. Probably saying that wrong, but I gave it a shot. What can I do? Bruh. Quite playful, I like that. Quite jumpy as well, rate that. Quite simple, but I think I appreciate that about it. Decent mix of sounds going on. Doesn't try to do too much, which I think is quite good as well. But yeah, for the most part, quite a straightforward rhythmy tune. But here we go, second drop. It's just a jumpy little rhythm bopper. A Cool Beyond by Automatic, Havel and Ghoulish. Oh god, this one's creeping me out. Seems quite unsure of its direction and where it wants to go, but maybe that's the point. It is a percussion thing again, just needs a bit more beef to it, like a bit more weight behind it. Make it even, you know, beastlier. I like all the different ideas, but I'm not sure they follow on from each other that well. These bits are incredible. That's good. Just needs to be a bit more sure with its ideas and its whole direction, I think. Wraith by DK and Halcyon. Good pace to that. Solid. Couple nice touches and flickers in there as well. That. Not loads going on. Could have had a little bit more kind of inserted, thrown in, just to pick the energy up even more. There's good. Couple second drop changes, you know. Bit more going on, bit more frenetic. Another that I think is pretty well cut as well. Maybe running out of ideas a little bit by this point. beautiful little outro. My man Outlaw, lunch money, leg out. Oh, come on, come on. Nice, nice claps, mate. Oh my. Okay, fuck, yeah. That mix down was fucking decent. Oh my, come on. Oh my. Mate, I literally messaged him like a couple months ago being like really liking and, you know, seeing the improvement in your music, your production, all of that. This one right here, that's a level up. Fucking hell, I want to keep playing it. Let's keep playing it. Fuck yeah, come on. Love the pace of it. Love the kind of full throttle delivery of it. Love that. What are we gonna get here? Okay, interesting. Where has this come from, man? Mate, what on earth, man? Fucking hell. Mate, that is so fucking sick. There was a little part in that second drop, I must admit, I wasn't as big on. The little fuzzy noise, I think it was. Little doo. But still, I mean, props for changing it up for that second drop still. Oh my, where did that come from? Ellis, mate. Give me answers, mate. Fucking hell. Not a lot I would change about that one at all. Okay, we've done 13. We've got 9 to go? Yeah. Next up, ergo anamnesis by Amoons. Anamnesis? Ergo anamnesis. Ergo anam... Anyway. Grungy. Like it. Okay. Quite thrilling with those high pitch. Yeah, not a lot to comment on here so far. Quite straightforward. I think the initial release of that thrilling stuff is really good. It gets quite abrasive after a while, I would have to say. Yeah, a bit too full on. Ooh, super cool with Psych Out. Oh, okay. A good dynamic, I think, here between the stuff on top. You know, all the sounds kind of rebounding off each other. Percussion, again, quite swampy. Prevents the full feeling of it being felt, I think. I think the idea is quite easy to get into, and it's good for that. But yeah, the backdrop, that is sick. How that trickles in. Oh yeah, all those little notes just dancing along. You just wish it was a bit more, again, bah. Instead it just feels a bit to itself. Oh, the burning embers at the end. I like that. I like that a lot. The Living Dead by Hole. Oh, another bouncy little number. Nice affront to it, you know, very confrontational, like quite like, come on then, we say it. Yeah, it's got attitude and I like that. Not amazing ideas and the production isn't super fresh, but I like the general affront of it, can't lie. I like that. I think he did it for the first one as well, the whole bum, bum, staggered and then flow. Knows what it wants to do and does it pretty well. Solid stuff from Hole. Calls Up by Coley, I think you would say. It isn't Collie, because then I think that would be 2 L's, but yeah. Cheeky little grime vocal, let's go. I like those stabs, or jabs, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, percussion. Oh. Hello, hello. I wanted more of the bip, 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 bip. It's a cool idea, though. The pointed delivery is good, but need more of that, more overlaying stuff, more layering, and just a stronger backdrop. The snare there just kind of folds in on itself. I think this one comes at a good point in the compilation though, just to kind of tone it down a bit before what I assume will be ramping it right back up in the final 6 or 5 tunes. Yeah. Ooh, Fate. Detroit Smash. Again, another example of just needs a sharper backdrop. Yeah, stuff on top, again, like it a decent amount. Ravenous, really throwing itself at you. You don't get the full feeling of it because of the backdrop. A lot of good here, you know, worp. Oh hey, didn't see you there. I'm Connor. And here, the Nawtystep channel. Welcome. And here today, we're checking out a new tune by Fate. Hope you enjoy. I want to be thrown by it, and it doesn't quite allow that to happen because of the percussion. Because the stuff on top is sick. Okay, 4 to go, I think. Starting with Acid Bounce by Darien Tang. Was that the drop? No. Not the drop. Here we go. That is quite full on. It's like if Ulasile went even more refined and sinewy. A bit too much for me, I would have to say. This is quite nice though. I like it. A good force to it, and I think the percussion here is actually quite good. But stuff on top is just a bit, yeah, just a bit too much for me. Oh yeah, still in sound quite grating and quite, yeah, just invasive, I think, in a way. Lovely ending. Gupo, Auto Killer. Mean. Yeah, another rhythm song with a lot of attitude, you know, just kind of throwing itself at you. Ooh, nice layering there. One of them plodding rhythmy beats. Yeah. I mean, a classic of not a special idea, but it does just hit where it should. Just gets you here. Throwing the arms for this one. Good amount going on as well. Doesn't feel empty or kind of like there should be more gaps being filled. Final 2. Here we go. First up, Exton, Awakening. Classic of him, dramatic opening, bit classical, orchestral, a lot of strings involved. Okay. I like the patience in construction here. Good idea. Again, snare just kind of folds in on itself. Got that manic feel of his, you know, dizzying almost in a good way, ideas-wise. But yeah, that snare. That one's better. I think a good example there of loving the sections surrounding the heaviness more so than the heaviness itself. Felt a little less sure of itself direction-wise with the ideas in comparison to what he's done before. A sign, I suppose, of setting quite a high standard. Forgot to even say who it was, I was getting lost in it. Mask, Vengeance. Ooh, that's quite good. I like that. Will it be a full-blown house number? No, but fuck. I mean, production isn't perfect, I don't think, but the idea takes over that. I think it kind of supersedes any drawbacks with the production, in my opinion. Really good mix of sounds on show here. Putting my stomach in knots, you know. Final sequence of the whole compilation. Here we go. similar kind of dynamic between production and idea, but here I think the production not being quite that on point supersedes the idea. I mean, still a bloody good track, and doing that thing again, Interval, where they have quite an experimental and different number to close it off, and I like that. I appreciate that. I welcome that a lot. Couple closing thoughts here, because I'm aware the video has been very long already, so I'll keep it brief. Really good compilation on the whole. I like how they are keeping the high level up Interval, and yeah, a lot of great material on show here. Could have done, I think, with a couple more genres at points, just to kind of keep the compilation ticking along a little bit more. Yeah, there's a lot of rhythm here, meaning that the compilation or album does drag a little bit at points in terms of the track listing, but no, I think overall there's just about enough of experimentation and differentiation from the rhythm genre on the whole. But yeah, another good listen overall, and a good showing once again of all the amazing underground talent that we have in bass music and dubstep more specifically. My favourites at the moment after one listen through: Outlaw, Digitist and Ripple, I think I would have to say. But that could change when I listen again with headphones and again on speakers as well. So yeah, for the moment, one listen through, those three would have to be my picks here of the 22. But there we have it, my word, what a monstrous video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my initial thoughts and reaction to the new compilation from Interval Audio, Without God, Season 7. What did you guys make of the compilation? Do you have any favourites from the 22? Let me know in the comments below. And lastly, if it's naughty, then you know guys, so be sure, as always, to keep it naughty and stay safe. And I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Interval Audio, Without God, Season 7 review. Live review, actually. Peace out.